How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG, Vinco Ventures. We've been talking about this a lot inside of the Discord. It's on the watch list quite a bit for the past couple weeks now. But I'm like, you know what? I need to do a video and bring it over here to YouTube to give you guys what the update is and what we're actually looking at. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, and also coming up with some sort of a strategy so you don't get left bag holding inside of this play. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest and as well as recent institutional ownership. We want to know, are institutions loading up on shares? Are they trying to be a part of this squeeze? And then we want to see, as far as shorts are concerned, what are the factors actually looking like as far as what the stats are with the short volume ratio and as well as the borrow fees. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to see were institutions actually buying shares on Friday. This is very key because then we could take this data to look forward to seeing a spike in the stock, whether it be sometime next week or the week after. And then when all of that is done, we're going to be going into the final thoughts and as well as covering some details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for BBIG, Vinco Ventures. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $7.98, being down 0.13%. On the low, it tested $6.87, and then on the high, testing $8.68. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 127.781 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 136.293 million shares. So we had a little bit below average volume there, but keep in mind this was Friday going into the long weekend. Now, when we take a look at our chart, we can see clearly from the RSI, it is right around 72.42. So yes, it is in the overbought territory. And we can see it's even coming off of highs being all the way up at 86.23. And when we take a look at our moving averages on the chart, forgot to tell you guys, using the 1 year daily chart. So when we're taking a look at the moving averages, we have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So as far as areas of support that you want to see hold up for BBIG, you want to see it hold some strength right here around this $7 level, or we could just call it the high 680s and up. So it could be 680s, 690s, and so on. It did test 687 on the Friday, and as you can see, ended up showing some strength on it. The next level to look out for will be right here around this $8 level. We could just call it $7.98 of where it closed. You can see there's areas of support that you want to pay attention to. So as far as Tuesday is concerned, I'd really want to see how well it would hold up here if it went below 780. Because if it broke 780, then of course it can go all the way down to $7. And if it breaks $7, then we're looking at going all the way back down here to around $5.30. But if we're looking for the bullish case scenario here, what I'd want to look forward to is seeing it hold up $8 going into the open, and then we can make that move going all the way up to 9. We know 9 is a clear resistance area, psychological area, but we know how the stock moves already. Going to $9 and holding up this area, we could easily get to $10. And this is where it gets very interesting here. Getting to $10, I could see a lot of selling pressure. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, especially if you want to have a strategy into where you want to start taking profits. So I'd be looking closely around this $10 area and as well as in this $9 area. But keep in mind, if it can hold up these particular areas, you can end up seeing strong moves. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for BBIG. So as we scroll down, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we could see, as far as what's been going down for the month of September, we have no recent filings whatsoever. But as far as for the end of of August, you can see we have some institutional activity here. And of course, we have Vanguard all over it, one of the best known asset management firms out there. We also do have Morgan Stanley on the 23rd that went in with 73,211, and Bluefin Capital Management going in with just over 101K as well. So taking all of this in mind, institutions have loaded up on shares of BBIG. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 100,000, updated 1 minute ago. And for the short ball fee rate, it is at 79.67%. So anyone who is shorting this stock, you're paying a hefty premium. Now, when we take a look at the close for September the 1st, it was at 58.70. The close for the 2nd, it was at 43.67. And then the close for the 3rd being at 45.15. So, of course, BBIG has short squeeze potential written all over it, but that does come with a lot of volatility, and there's a lot of negative market sentiment saying, well, you know what, the price is too high for where this stock is. But one thing to keep in mind, if we have a lot of volume coming into this play, continuous of course, then we can look forward to seeing some strong moves in overall price action, and it's part of the reasons why you want to continue to keep a play like this on your watch list. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we can see here on the inflow, it's at 255, and then on the outflow, it's at 212. Now, as far as what it looks like on the large, it's 6.98, and this is the inflow side. And then on the medium, it's at 174, and then on the small, it's at 73.88. Now, when we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it's at 3.77, and then on the medium, it's at 147, and then on the small, it is at 61.49. So what we can clearly see here on the inflow side, we had surpluses in every single category. So that's one thing to keep in mind. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, on the Friday ended up being an inflow day of 3,218.1. So what this tells us, yes, institutions are continuing to load up on shares of BBIG. So what this tells us, we know that they're looking for a return on their overall investment. So as far as what could happen with this stock, we could look forward to seeing a spike. And with that spike, this is an opportunity where you can bank in some profits. But another thing also to understand, this play is far from done. I know it's pulled back quite a bit. We've gone over this inside of the Discord, but like I was saying, taking a look at the short interest information like we covered, I still do see this play moving up even higher, and it's why I wanted to actually give you guys this quick update and not just hog it inside of the Discord. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and go over some more details. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, there's a lot to look forward to here. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it continues to have short squeeze potential with the short volume ratio being well over 40%. And when we took a look at the short borrow fee, it is almost close to 80%. So anyone who is shorting BBIG is definitely paying quite the fine. Not even the fine, the fee. So with all of that said, yes, I am looking forward to seeing a spike inside of this stock. Now, as far as the levels that you want to look out for, we talked about it inside of the technicals, but I want to see it gain a lot of momentum above $9 so we can go back to testing where we got very close to passing, getting to that $12 range, but we were only able to test, I think it was around $11.89. Considering where the price is, where it closed was around $7.98. Going into the open as far as for Tuesday, you're going to want to see it preferably hold up the $8 range. If it can't do that and it decides to pull back, of course, you're going to want to see it hold up around $7. I think on Friday, as far as support, it was around $6.87 where it tested before showing some momentum above that. So these are levels that you want to keep an eye on, because if it does end up breaking some of these levels, it can get down to $5.30, and that's just one thing I want you to be aware of. Another thing that you want to look out for is volume. This play thrives off of volume, having a lot of buying pressure coming into the stock. And just like many stocks we've talked about on this channel, if you're going to be trading it, volume is very important. As soon as when that volume dies down, you see that price starts coming down. So if you see that there's a lot of volume inside of this play, especially inside of the pre-market, that's why you have to continue to keep it on your watch watch list, and also taking in regards to that short interest information, the amount of shorts who are vested, it's easily noticeable seeing that, hey, this play is far from over. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about it. I know many of you probably know about it already, especially if you're playing these type of short squeeze stocks, but just something to bring across your radar if you haven't heard about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.